Hey, Dave,
Yeah,
are you ready to show our faces tonight?
sure. I think so. Are you?
I think so, because you know why, Dave? I think we deserve a background. I think we deserve everything. Let me tell you why, Dave. Because of the fact that, guess what, Dave? Guess what? Guess
I,
what?
I can only imagine what you're going to tell me.
Well, you know what? Hey, the Cowboys haven't been making moves. That's why we're not on the screen. But guess what? We are here because the Cowboys have made moves, which we'll get into.
Hey,
God,
we
Dave,
did something?
yes, we did. But Dave, you know what? It's Wednesday night. It's 9:30. It is prime time. My name is Paul Spencer. That is my little brother, the showstopper, Dave Yarnell. Davey, what is going on?
What's up, big man? How you feeling? How are you feeling tonight? How you feeling?
I feel a little bit better. I actually am actually, you know me, I don't wear really stuff in the off season, but I am repping something tonight.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah. You know, Dave, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're definitely going to get into it.
Hey,
We already
we,
did the
we,
coach.
we actually have something to talk about?
Well, we always have something to talk about, ridiculing us, the embarrassment. But tonight we got a little positive, a little negative, a little positive. But we're going to end it off with some positive talk, of course. But Dave, you know what? Tonight we're going to talk about the players' rosters, who gets the bag, who's getting cut, who do we think is going to release, who is tradable. Let's talk about every player, Dave. You know, on the offenses, we already talked about the coaching staff. I wasn't really happy about that. You kind of made me feel like,
Yeah, you weren't too happy about that right there.
but there was a couple guys that I was kind of, I'm happy with. Kansas State's coaches coming in, also the wide receiver coach coming in. He's coaching Oregon, Washington, great coach, bring them in. But Dave, you know what? Before we get started,
First of all, if Cowboy Nation is watching, I would really love to hear from you guys tonight because we're sitting here. It's 9:30 on a Wednesday night. You have nothing better to do? Chime in. We'd love to hear from you.
oh, exactly. Chime in. We got 21 live viewers already. Appreciate you guys checking in. Don't be a stranger. Check in. We don't bite. We just keep it real. We'll tell you, hey, we'll call you
We
out.
do what we can.
Exactly. But Dave, you know what? Before we get started, we have to do something, don't we?
You got to pay the bills, bro.
We do. So you know what, guys? If you're out there in the tri-state area, make sure you reach out to 1-800-123. Attorney Jason 5, Big Al, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims, 3 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. First, let's start with that state of New Jersey. Cherry Hill, 3 Greensburg Lane. Also in the Pennsylvania area, my neck of the woods, Dave's neck of the woods, Philadelphia, PA. 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120 in my neck of the woods, basically. Pittsburgh, PA, 500 Grass Street, Suite 2900. Make sure you reach out to our guy, Jason 5, 1-800-HURT-123 for the family discount of out of the box. No recovery, no fee. And guess what? Not 50, not 45, not 40, not 35. Dave, how low can we go?
33 to 3%.
You already know, 1-800-HURT-123. Make sure you mention out of the box sports entertainment for all your needs, and you'll be part of the family there, and you'll get that 33 to 30% rate, no recovery, no fee. So make sure you call 1-800-HURT-123.
Attorney Big Al.
Yes. Well, let's get into some comments real quick, Dave. We got some people checking in. There's Kurt McGarrett, host of the Part-Time Mark every Tuesday night, 10:30. Make sure you check him out. He's our WWE and NXT guru.
I got to do a show with him last night. It was fun. Kurt and I, we always get along.
Yeah, I'm glad you get to do with the show, man. They never invite me to the damn show, man. I
don't know why they invite me. I half the time I don't.
Man, I'd love to be on their show. I mean, you got to be.
I'm always wrong on my WWE picks. So what do I know anymore?
You got to be special to join their show, and I've been honored to be on their show a couple times. But
I got to be honest. I'm honored to be on that show when they asked me to do it because I really appreciate those guys. I really do.
They kicked me off for a while. They brought you in, so I guess I'm done with Dave. Anyway, Eddie says, "Hey guys, what's going on?" He's one of our Cowboy fans.
Eddie, what's up, Eddie?
Yep. Finally, some good news came in, Dallas. Yes, we will talk about that. Hey, that's why I'm a little upbeat today. I'm feeling kind of good.
Hey, look at you. You're the candy store tonight. I don't know what's going on with you.
Well, I've been on a diet. I can't eat candy, but I'm pretty damn happy the Cowboys. Hey, I'm down 16 pounds in 21 days, Dave.
Man, I wish.
I'm doing
That's great.
But here's a comment. Crystal Espada says, "Wasn't Trey Lance No, he wasn't, because he was a $20 million a basic free agent this year, so he wasn't worth it. Because if you look at all these players out there who are getting traded for 5th round picks, Deebo Samuel was a 5th round pick, so that tells me Trey Lance was just a complete idiotic Jerry Jones move. But Chris, now you're starting to piss me off with these comments.
Chris, don't get him mad. He's happy. Don't get him upset already.
I'm finally happy, Chris. Don't bring me down, brother. Please don't bring me down, okay? I'm trying to be up to Dave's level here and be, optimistic, happy, happy goo guy. Usually I'm the screw this team, Dave.
Yeah, that's your normal, what you normally say.
So please, Chris, don't bring me down today. Dude. Don't bring me down, okay? All right. Well, Dave, let's talk about. We already talked about the coaching staff. We already talked about the dismal season of the 7-10 last year in our first episode back.
Do we have to bring that? No, I'm done with that.
No. Let's rewind that, Dave. 7-10. Let's not.
I'm over that. Yeah, that season's done.
I was over that in week 8, Dave. So we ain't got to talk about that anymore. But Dave, but we did have some contracts, renegotiated back in today. But let's hold that to the very end because I want to end on a positive note. This is the first time in a long time I am going to end on a positive note. Okay. All right.
There's a word you don't use much. Positive.
Hold on, quality check. What am I drinking here? I just want to make sure.
That's a very rare word that you use on this show. So,
hey, listen. And Chris, yes, you're right, 100%. Jerry Lowe and Dak kept me from $90 million. That's good. Yes, basically Dak Prescott. We'll talk about that. I'm very happy. Chris, you're keeping me positive. Chris,
brother. Keep him positive, please, because he needs some positivity in his life.
Sure. And he says no one can see that Debo had only been for a 5th round. No, exactly. I mean, there's got to be some underlining out there, maybe with his health, of course. We don't know because last year he was not productive with the Niners. But the Niners, then again, Dave, they were banged up all season. Even Brock Purdy.
Yeah, they had it. Even their quarterback was banged up too, so it wasn't. They weren't they just wasn't their year. I don't know what was going on with them.
But for a 5th round pick, though, I mean, hey, listen, you can't go wrong with the 5th round pick. I mean, he's a weapon.
Debo's not getting any younger either, so
Yeah, but Dave, he's with healthy Dave. I mean, you're getting a running back, a slot receiver, a wide out, X, Y.
I know, and they got they got 2 solid receivers. I mean,
team him up with McLaurin. I mean, that's nasty. Then you
Scary Terry. Yeah, I mean,
when you think about it, if you bring Eckler back, then you can put him in the backfield with Brian Robinson. Dave, you have a 3 running back combo out there.
I think Eckler's losing a step. He's not as good as he was.
Yeah, but
3 or 4 years ago.
Dave, I mean, you got 2 running backs and a wide receiver that can play that role.
And they got a good tight end in Zach Ertz too. So
I think he has 1 more year left, and that's pretty much it. I mean, he's over the hill.
Well, I'm saying, but still, he's still a veteran tight end. He's been around.
Oh, sure. Another Cowboy fan checking in. Josh Prager checking in. What's going on, Josh?
Josh, what's up, baby?
Hope you enjoyed that beautiful weather down in Disney, brother. Now, welcome back to Johnstown.
He was down in Disney?
Yeah, he was. He was out there chilling.
Wow.
Now, welcome back to Johnstown, the home of the 60-mile-an-hour winds. And
so Josh was playing with Mickey Mouse down in Florida? Wow.
He was. Yes, he was. And you know what? We always welcome every fan out there of every team out there. We don't care what division you're playing, what conference you're playing. We love you because checking in.
On this show, we never hear from like AFC teams like fans. I would love to hear from a Cleveland Brown fan once in a while. Just to see what they're thinking.
There are no Cleveland Brown fans.
Well, there's got to be someone out there that's a Cleveland Brown fan. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know any. I don't know any Alpha fan, but if you're watching the show and if you are a Cleveland Brown fan, I would love to hear from you.
First, why would they be watching a Cowboys Weekly? Dave?
Well, you never know. Maybe they're an NFL fan. Maybe they're an NFL. They love the NFL and they love just listening to other teams.
Well, here I'll make a point to you here. If you're a Cleveland Brown fan, you don't want to talk about anyone that's above you. And when you're a Cleveland Browns, you're probably below everybody else. So
I understand that too, but I'm saying, but if you're an NFL fan and you like to watch other shows, which people do, you'd be surprised.
Well, you know what? We welcome off those here. And guys, coming back pretty soon. This is our host, Steve Laufman. He said, "What's up, fellas?" By tuning in your Dallas Cowboys show, and you're talking about my Commanders. I love it. Hey, listen, you got to keep your enemies close, if I'm correct, right, Steve? You have to. You guys, listen. Coming back in a couple weeks, please check out Steve. Every Tuesday night, 8:30, the Commanders Gridiron. He keeps it real. He gives you the whole scenario on and off the field, the entire Commanders scenario.
Steve, I would love to know your thoughts on Debo because I don't think I heard from you since Debo's been on the team. I haven't heard anything yet.
Well, I guess you want me to tell you why you haven't heard from him?
Because he's just got to. I don't know why.
He's damn excited, Dave. He can't put his fingers on the damn keyboard and say, "I'm so damn happy."
Yeah,
Dave.
but I haven't heard a thing from Steve since Debo's been a Commander. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I did mention Robinson. I said Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler. You have a 3-headed dragon if you put Debo back there for some gimmick plays as well. I mean, Robinson is a starter, of course. Yes, but yeah. But Dave, let's get into it, man. Let's not talk about the contract signing here of Dak. Renegotiating his contract. Let's go down the list here, Dave. We're going to exclude. Okay. We're going to exclude. Well, you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's not mention it, but let's just talk about the number. Let's just say both of them just say we have to lower it, Paul. Dak Prescott, $60 million, Dave. We have to lower that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's all we're going to say about him. But, Dave, let's talk about a guy that I actually still think possibly could get cut. They are talking about him, Dave. To me, he's the most overpaid offensive lineman that we have. Let's talk about Terrence Steele, Dave. A cap hit right now, base salary, $13 million, $17 million dead space, Dave. Release him, Dave, at $17 million for a right tackle.
You know what? But what are you going to, if you release him, what are you going to do? Go in the draft to get offensive tackle? Is that what we're going to do?
Oh, Dave, here we go, Dave. Now you brought out the X and O's. Here we go. Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, it only makes sense if you're going to release Terrence Steele, which I don't think they should do. I kind of like Terrence Steele. I don't have a problem with him. You do more than I do. But my thing is, I mean, like I said, if you release him, that's 13.5. I get it, but we don't have any picks in the draft. We can only get what we get. You know.
Hear me out, Dave. Hear me out. Last week we talked about the coaching staff, right?
Right.
Connor from Kansas State. Okay.
Okay.
He's coached for 4 years.
Right.
Coming in to coach the offensive line. Okay. Now he's already said it, Dave. He is thinking about 90% of moving Cooper back to right guard. Okay.
Okay.
Dave, who plays left tackle for us that sucks at left tackle?
Who plays left tackle?
Tyler who?
Tyler. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Tyler Guyton, right?
Tyler Guyton. Yeah.
Okay, let's just say, hey, Tyler, you're on the wrong side, buddy. Get your ass back to right tackle.
Put it back on the right side. Yeah, it makes sense.
Where you had 99% of your snaps in college.
Right.
Go back over there. Let's work on your footwork exactly how you had it in college. Be that man child, okay? Cooper, guess what? Zach, your press conference today, salute you, brother. You were one of my all-time favorites.
Oh, God. You know what? I'm going to miss him.
Yep. He's gone. We put Cooper there. Well, Dave, who did we sign at center?
Who do we sign at center? That would be
he's already signed. We signed him.
Did we?
Brock Hoffman.
Oh, Brock. That's right. Brock signed yesterday. That's right.
Brock Hoffman signs. You know what? You plug him at center. Guess what? You got the man-child himself, Tyler Smith, and left.
Yeah, I forgot about Brock. I didn't forget about Brock, but just because they've been switching centers, so Brock was like the backup center, I guess.
There you go. And he's our man behind everything. He's got Guy. He's got Hoffman.
But I like Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman stepped up big time last year, if you remember.
Dave, see, you're bleeding to my point here, Dave. And then you know what? The 12th pick, what do? Okay, yes, you need a running back. Yes, you need a wide receiver. Dave, but you know what? How was Dallas built, Dave? Through the offensive line, right?
The offensive line. That's how Emmett ran all was Emmett and Herschel.
You go out. See, Eddie's on the same page with me, Dave. You go out and get Banks, the offensive tackle at 12.
Well, you got to put the offensive line. You got to put it together. I mean, it makes sense. I get it.
Okay, there's my starting five right there.
But we're talking about the Cowboys here. We're talking about they can go get Genty if he's there. I could see that.
You can, Dave. You can. But you know what? Okay. Let's just say that if Terrence Steele stays, okay. But then you're going to another season, Dave, with guy playing left tackle, who was the worst left tackle in the NFL based on stats, Dave.
He was bad. It's bad, no. I get it.
So he was a first-round pick, Dave. You wasted that basically as a project.
See, you're going offense on the draft. I want a defensive lineman on the draft. That's just me, but
you got to. The problem is, Dave, the defense is okay. I mean, we'll talk about that as well. But to me, Dave, you in this league right here, your defense can hold up with the pieces, okay, that we have. But offense, Dave, we can't protect Dak, man. We can't.
Yeah, we got to protect Dak as much as possible.
With the offensive line, you got to build that in the trenches, Dave. And the thing is, Dave, the Eagles can score, the Commanders can score, and the Giants. Hey, who knows what they'll do? They probably can get a weapon and score. So you want to control the game in the trenches, Dave. You don't want to get in a shootout with Washington. You don't want to get a shootout with the Eagles. You want to keep that and control that clock. So what better way to say, hey, you know what? Damn, they got the weapons. We have a weapon, but we have an offensive line that, Dave, what's my philosophy? 4 times 3 equals 12. That's a first down.
Yeah. Always.
Run the clock. I got you. Go back to Dallas Cowboys football and run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball. Josh checks in. He says, I'm either going D-line or O-line first. Here's the thing. If O-line is there, I think Campbell from LSU is definitely gone. He's my number 1 offensive lineman. He's gone. I believe he's gone probably 8 and 9. I think he's definitely going to be there gone. Banks, if he's there, it's a toss-up. Do I take the generational Jonte or do I take Banks? Okay, that's what I want to look
I
at.
wouldn't mind Banks. I'd be okay with that.
Banks is nasty, man. I mean, the dude is a man-child, and he's a position player. I wouldn't mind having him on there, but Terrence Steele, Dave, I'm okay keeping him, but I don't want to go.
No, you're just upset about the 13.5. That's what.
No, I'm not, Dave. I'm just pissed off because you're going to have that left tackle playing out of position, Dave, in a second year again.
Okay.
I mean, if he's better at right tackle, ship him back over to right, his natural spot, Dave. 4 starts in college, Dave, at left tackle, and you draft him in the first round and move him over to left. It's not for me, Dave. I mean, Tyler Smith played left tackle, a left guard in college. He went and played left tackle, but there's a different philosophy. Tyron Smith did it, Dave. He was a right tackle.
Well, obviously, McCarthy saw something in him to put him in that spot.
I don't know if he likes cheeseburgers like McCarthy does either. But
McCarthy's gone, so I worry about him right now. So.
Well, we can't ship out Guyton because he's on a 4-year deal. We can't ship him out, but
Tyler's still here for a while. He ain't going nowhere.
We got another 3 years with him, so we're good with that. But okay, let's talk about. I'm going to skip CeeDee Lamb because we're definitely going to talk about him in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Trayvon Diggs, Dave. Now he has a base salary of $9 million this year, with a guaranteed signing of $12 million, with a cap space of $16 million. Dave, we can't keep. We have to keep him, correct? He's injured, Dave. How do you feel about him coming back?
Depends how it comes back. It depends how he comes back off the injury. I mean, we don't. I don't know.
That's huge. That's the huge thing, Dave. I mean, you can't get rid of him, Dave. That's the thing. You cannot.
You can't get rid of him. No, you can't because you can't.
He's way too much money. Number one.
They signed him. They gave him that huge contract. What, last year? I think it was.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're definitely going to keep him. We'll talk about how.
It depends. It depends how Bland is too. It varies. Bland, Diggs. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, you have 2 top corners. You have Bland and you have Diggs. Based on Diggs here, and hopefully he comes back healthy because him matched up with Jerome Bland, that could be something special again. Because nowadays, Dave, look at the Commanders just got Debo. They have McLaurin. Eagles have Smith. They have AJ Brown. You have
we need a healthy Diggs is what we need.
You have to have him. So he's definitely going to be safe on the roster, correct?
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay. I'm only going to say.
If he's not, I'd be very surprised. But I think he stays. Yeah.
He's locked up. Nobody's going to take a guy with that money on a coming off an ACL again. Basically his second injury in 2 years. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, I got you.
But the next guy, Zach Martin. Just take a minute and talk about Zach Martin, man. Listen,
what a warrior, and of course from your very very favorite college, Mr. Notre Dame himself. So No, it's so funny. I was just watching an interview with Tony Romo, and he was talking about Zach Martin. He goes, "There will never be another Zach Martin." He was like, "Zach Martin was, No.
He's a warrior, man. He was a warrior. He's one of my favorite offensive linemen that's played for the Dallas Cowboys. In the new generation, Zach is up there with the Hall of Famers. He's going to definitely be a Hall of Fame first round.
He was with Travis Frederick. He was with Tyron Smith. It was just, the Great Wall of Dallas at one point. Part two.
Well, he was one of the big substantial members of the wall.
There's a picture frame of those 4 together walking.
Yeah, I just wish he could have stayed healthy, but I give credit and respect to him, Dave. Number one, because a lot of players chase the money, Dave. They think, okay, I can get healthy, I can play another year, but respect to Zach Martin because he knew he was hurt and he pushes his body every week, Dave. We see that. Is he injured? Oh, he's playing, but give him respect, Dave, because he knew when to walk away.
He was always on the field. You never heard him cry or bitch or complain. He was just that guy, he told Jerry what he was making. He'd go into Jerry's office. No, Jerry, this is the deal.
But you know what, Dave? But somebody between one of us did say he was going to get cut or he's going to retire. Who said that? Was that me or you?
I think that was you.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I actually thought it was going to be a cut. Honestly, that would have saved us.
A
little bit. It would have saved them a little bit less, but you know what? It's Zach Smith. It's Zach. Go out and just retire. Give him the dead cap space.
I wasn't watching his press conference. I was listening a little bit to his conference today. he mentioned everybody in the book who he played with. Oh my gosh, he had like 20 days. Like, oh my gosh, kept going and going and going. It's like, okay, we get it.
Well, you know the reason why he did that, right?
He had a 5-page essay up there.
Well, you know the reason why he had a 5-page essay and he didn't leave out anybody. You know that, right?
Why is that?
That's that Notre Dame education, brother.
Ah, right. Sorry.
Unfortunately, I don't have the Notre Dame background. I went to Villanova. It's a little bit different, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess I don't have that IQ. But a couple more comments real quick. Let's go through some comments here. You can give some of that money by saving steel and give it to Dowdle. Well, Dowdle, yes, we'll talk about him. We're going to come down the line because he's one of our lower guys here, but not based on performance, but based on contract estimates. So we'll talk about him there. That's a good, Eddie. We'll come back to that. Josh also says, I think aside from Parsons, Overshawn is the most important on defense. Yes, he is 100%. And speaking of Overshawn, Dave.
DeMarvin.
Who said, Dave, before he was even drafted, and nobody even knew this dude's name, and who said he was going to be the best linebacker in the NFL?
Yeah, you picked that one too. Got to give you that.
Yes, I did. He was the heart and soul of the Cowboys. We saw him miss. Yes, exactly, 100%. You know, I'm
hoping he comes off the injury as 100% because they said he might have the first month or two month to come back. So I don't know.
Well, let's talk about him real quick since he's really.
I love DeMarvin. My God, that play against the Giants just sticks in my mind.
Well, he's lower down on the list of contracts here, but then let's talk about him. He's only $1.2 million. Okay, a guaranteed signing of $230,000 is what his guaranteed signing. Not a lot at all. But the thing is, I want to mention one name too. And hear me out with this. When we talked about Tony Pollard before he went to the Titans, he got the bag off of that huge contract off the injury, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But Dave, when you come back and you are built on speed like Overshawn is, power, speed. Overshawn is one of the fastest linebackers, if not the fastest in the NFL. From east, west, north, and south, this dude is amazing. We've seen it. But Dave, coming off an ACL, a gruesome ACL, what is that going to take away from his speed? Because he, just like John said, he is the heart and soul of the Cowboys that playing that linebacker spot. Him and Micah, just so much speed, east, west, north, south.
I mean, it's tough. It's going to be tough to come back. But I've been watching his rehabs, and he's working hard. I mean, he's really working hard to see. I mean, he's bending the knee, he's getting his back. It's just stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
He's put it this way, he's working hard to come back for next season, and he wants to be there. So
I agree. I mean, he's just that way at Texas. When he played at Texas, he was a standout guy. His speed and everything, his heart. He just like Josh said, they called him the heart and soul.
I'm excited. I want to see. I just want the three on the field. I want to see Bland, Diggs, and Overshawn on the field at the same time. That's what I want.
Can we see Parsons in there too?
Oh, of course, Micah. But
Okay. Well, you got to say his name, Dave. I mean,
I get that contract done. Come on, Jerry.
Let's move on to another guy, Dave, who, to me, this guy really shows up on a milk carton.
Well, technically, go back to Mike real quick. He is on his 5th-year deal on his rookie deal. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about him because we freed up a little bit of money, so we can talk about him last. I want to keep those three guys a little bit later in the show that we can talk about. But Dave, this guy, to me, I was happy because I always called him the hard-hitting Roy Williams, of the Dallas Cowboys of old. I wanted him back. He came back on a cheap $6 million deal, Dave. But let's talk about Donovan Wilson, 6.5. Can we talk about him, Dave? How did you feel?
It wasn't. I think we expected more than what we got.
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, because I remember when Matt was on the show, we were talking about Donovan Wilson, and we were like, "Oh, we're trying to give him a 2-year deal." We were pumped up for Donovan Wilson. All of us were at that point in time. But I think we got less than what we thought we were going to get.
I'll defend him a little bit. I'm trying to stay positive, Dave. Please keep me positive, okay?
Stay on the positive level.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay there, Dave. I'm trying to stay there. But it's kind of bringing me down a little bit. But I'll give him the respect because when you have Malik Hooker in the back end, Dave, who's kind of lost a step as well,
without doubt,
you have to play a different kind of coverage, Dave. And our DBs were kind of hurt, not kind of hurt all season, basically. Mm-hmm. So the safety level had to come up. The free safety, strong safety had to come up in the box a little bit. So I will give him a pass. But how do you feel, Dave? Because he's still not signed this. He's still not signed yet. It's long term. Is this his last, farewell? Say, hey, you better step up.
This could be his last. Yeah, I think he's got one. Yeah, this is it. I think this is it for him. I do.
But he's safe this year. He's not getting cut, correct?
Yeah, he's safe this year. He's got one more year left on his contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about his counterpart. Like my sidekick, my little brother. Let's talk about Donovan Wilson's little brother here. Well, let's call him the senior citizen. Let's talk about Malik Hooker, Dave.
He can go. I'm done. I'm over it.
Really?
I'm over it.
So if you release him, Dave, okay, his cap number is 3.5. Is it worth him? Now his contract is $5 million, Dave. Dead cap
is it 5? It is 5. Okay, I wasn't sure.
5, but it's dead cap money with the release by June 1st would be 3.5. Is it better just to keep him on that $6-year $1 million deal?
Well, that's up to Eberflus too. If he thinks he can work with him, I don't.
This isn't about Eberflus. This is you and I. This is our show.
I know. I get it, but
well, my question is: would you rather spend the $6 million, keep a B-level Malik Hooker, okay, rather than going out free agency? Because Dave, you have the money now. You can get a cheap free agent for say $6 million, maybe a little bit more speed, someone that can play in the division, Dave, because the division is loaded.
Yeah, it is loaded.
Think about that. Think about that.
I mean, I guess if you have to keep him for one more year, that's fine. Just do it. But if it were up to me, I'd be going. I'd go in the draft look for somebody like for him.
Hey, listen, man. I mean, you picked up DeRon Bland in the 5th round, brother. You remember that?
Sure.
Okay. Out of Fresno State, nobody even knew this kid except for that guy named Paul Spencer. He said something about DeRon Bland, didn't he?
You're taking a lot of credit tonight.
Hey, I'm trying to stay positive, Dave. And you know what? Let me just wipe my, pat myself.
You keep patting yourself on the back there, bud. I don't know.
Dave, I'm telling you, remember this kid's name, DeRon Bland, Dave. I think he's going to be an all-star. He's going to be an all-pro.
DeRon Bland's going to get paid.
And what happened, Dave? What happened?
DeRon Bland needs to get paid.
Oh, well, he has 2 years left on his deal. So
he still has 2 years left. Yeah.
Well, actually, he has 2 years left because
he has 2 years left on his deal. Yes.
All right. Let's get into some of the comments real quick. Chris Pizzi checking in, guys. Make sure you check out Chris. He's going to be one of our sponsors pretty soon, coming up here with his business. We'll relay that a little bit later in the future here. He says, how bad does Parsons want to be an Eagle? He doesn't want to be an Eagle at all.
He doesn't want to be an Eagle at all.
That's one thing that a lot of people see on Twitter and media rights. They're all going to bleed into. They're going to clip something that says, Paul really is an Eagle fan.
Bro, he goes into Jerry's office and calls him Uncle Jerry. Come on.
It's all media takes. Listen, if he does, you know what? He's chasing the money. You know what I mean? I don't think I can say if he does, he wants a better shot at the title. I can't knock
Actually, the Eagles just signed a linebacker today, didn't they?
Yeah, Bond. Very good deal. 3 years.
I saw that. Yeah.
3 year, 51. Very good. First time they ever paid a
linebacker. I think that was a pretty solid. I mean, Eagles usually sign linebackers, do they?
They never maybe signed a linebacker like that.
I didn't think so. No.
Very smart. They needed him. He's the
captain. I thought I saw that.
Yep. And he says Diggs could be moved to safety if you can find another corner that can prevail. But the thing is, Eddie, I'll tell you, I agree with you, but I will disagree with you too. The reason why is because Dave, hear me out with this one. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Go ahead.
Diggs would not be the greatest safety because he is a ball hawk who chases balls, okay? He doesn't play his role.
Takes chances.
Thank you, Dave. He takes those chances, being in a corner. He bites on that double move at safety. You're reading that quarterback's eyes, Dave. If I see one of the quarterbacks looking left, all of a sudden, you know what? I'm moving left. Smart quarterback is going to say, boom, I'm going to the right side, and Diggs is already out of position. That's the only bad thing about it. It could be a good move. Maybe a couple years down the line, that's the thing. I can agree with that one. He also says Bland needs to have a bounce back year. Hey, Diggs and Bland.
They both do. I mean,
and Diggs is physical enough. He is physical.
Yeah,
but
he's very physical.
He's very physical, but you really don't. If you want him to be physical, then put him on the line and play some bump and run football. Okay.
Yeah, that's not his game, though. I mean,
well, if you're physical, I mean. You got to play on the line of scrimmage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he plays at 5-6 yards off the ball. Then he, if it's there, he'll go for the pick. That's what he does.
I mean, Bland is a little bit light. Well, Diggs is a lot lighter than Bland. Bland is actually a bigger corner, but they're both very physical. But I just hope Eberflus plays on the line of scrimmage. And Eberflus, if you're listening, please, or anybody has contact with Matt Eberflus, listen. If it's 3rd and 3, don't play 10 yards off the ball, please.
Yeah, I hate that. I'm not a fan of that either.
Play on the damn line of scrimmage, please,
Yep.
please, God. All right. Well, Dave, Malik Hooker, how do you feel?
Send the house.
Well, no, I wouldn't send the house because our division has running quarterbacks who can get out of the pocket, and then you
this
hit
is
that
true.
tight end,
Yeah.
the X wide receiver or X slot.
Keep your eye on those two.
Yeah, I don't want to send the house. I just want to play physical upfront football. But okay, Malik Hooker, you want to keep him for that $6 million, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have to, I get it. I mean, but if you don't, you go in the draft, you can probably get somebody like that.
Jerron Bland, we'll just go through some of Jerron Bland is definitely going to be a keeper. Of course, he still has 2 years left on his deal. His contract is $5 million per year, which is not bad at all. They already gave him one extension of 1 year, Dave. A boosted his increase. So he was at 1.4. They gave him a $5 million deal, just based on his performance. But a lot of that is contract signing because of incentive rates from what he did the year before when he broke all the records. Now, Tyler Smith, Dave, this is a crazy one, Dave.
Actually, Tyler Smith, there's a name for you. There's a name that I've been impressed with Tyler Smith. I can be honest.
Well, Dave, he did lead the league in college, with the lead college numbers in false start penalties. Okay, his first year. He learned from that.
That's true. He did learn from that, yes.
He's playing a lot better. But here's the crazy thing. This is why I say, Dave, build the offense young. Terrence Mills, $15 million. Okay, still he's 30 years old in his 30s. You go out and he's making $17 million a year this year. Tyler Smith, Dave, $2.5 million, and he's on his third-year deal. Okay, this is why I say go young, build the offensive line year by year, and then pay one every year. Okay,
that makes sense. Yeah,
that's why I want to start young because you think about it. Okay, here I'll go Tyler Guyton, Dave. First round pick, $1.3 million. That's it, Dave. Between Tyler Smith, our left side that I want to move to the right side, both those guys, both Tylers, Dave, they're only making $3 million. And you have Terrence Steele, who is the worst offensive line for our offensive line, making 17, Dave. This is why I say I want to go young in the draft with the offensive line as well. Okay. It might be a rebuild year with who you pick if it's a bust,
but
whatever.
You have to go young. You have to. It's just
then you want to go offensive line in the first round, right?
That's what I'm saying. You got to protect Dak. So go young. I'm okay with it.
I mean, that's the reason why. And
stay. Tyler Smith has been absolutely outstanding. I mean, last year he had a great year.
Yeah, exactly, but he's gonna get the bag coming up. But like I say, he's only what I have on my spreadsheet here. He is only where the hell did he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there it is. 1.4 million, Dave. You know what I mean?
That's it.
1.4 this year. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Dave.
Wow.
Both Tylers are $3 million total for two stud offensive linemen. You move him back to right. He balls out. Then you have your left and left guard, balling out. I mean, that's $3 million. And they're not in the same year drafted. You can pay one year and then pay the next year, Dave. So
I'm okay with that.
But all right, let's talk about one of your guys, Dave. Let's talk about this guy here, a wide receiver making $3.4 million. Let's talk about Jalen Tolbert.
You know what? People have been dug. He's okay. He's a 2-3 guy. I get it. Like he's not a 1. We know that. Yeah. But am I the only one who's defending this guy? I like Jalen Tolbert.
Hold on a second, Dave. Anybody else in Cowboy Nation defending Jalen Tolbert? No.
Not many. No.
I heard a no, Dave. I heard a no.
I like Jalen Tolbert. I do. I've seen flashes of him. I mean, like he's caught balls. They're double covered. He's he can get open. He does have. I mean, his hands aren't the greatest, but he can catch the ball. I mean, I'm okay with Jalen Tolbert. I can't say anybody else. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll give a pass. Say, $3.4 million is not bad at all for a wide receiver. That's probably going to be really in our case. He was a 2 wide receiver last year, so I'll give him a pass. I'm okay with that. But I tell you what, if we get a wide receiver in the second, third round, because it's kind of deep wide receiver, draft this year. If we get one, they move up to 2. And you say the 2, boy, you better ball out this year because you
better.
He's still going to get double teams. He's still going to get double teams, Dave. And you know what? You're basically going to be playing against the second corner on all teams, and you better have a better year. And I'll give the pass, Dave.
Yeah, give him a pass. I mean, it wasn't. I mean,
I'll give you the pass. I'll give you the pass out there, Tolbert. So Tolbert, you're lucky. I'm on a good day.
I mean, he was our 2 with CD being number 1, and everything went to CD. But when it did go to Tolbert, he made some catches. I mean, hey, he did make that catch in Pittsburgh. That was huge.
And Eddie says, bleep Tolbert, him and his 1 catch a year.
Hey, Eddie, go away.
All right. Well, here's the name.
Hey, that was a big catch, though, dude.
Oh God. All right. Here's the name.
Actually, he had two. He had one in Washington too. So don't go there, Eddie. Come on now.
Yeah, and he had 2 catches this year.
That's right.
Oh,
and they both were touchdowns. Come on now.
There's only 2 of the year.
Hey, they both counted for 6.
Here's a name I wasn't going to bring up, Brandon Cooks. The reason why I wasn't going to name this name here, Dave, we'll talk about him because he is guaranteed $4 million either way.
I mean, who was that again? I'm sorry.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon.
Cooks.
Yeah, okay.
The reason why, because he was put on the inactive list, the IUP last year, so he couldn't play last year. He's on the last year of his contract, $4 million, Dave. He's guaranteed no matter what. We cut him, we still lose $4 million. He plays, it's a $4 million deal. What do you do, Dave? Because
tough decision on Brandon, because I like Brandon Cooks, but I think his days are behind him.
Well, here's the thing. I'll disagree with you. I think it's a smart move to keep him for $4 million. Let me tell you what.
I mean, he can run routes. He does catch the ball. Dak does like him. I like Brandon Cooks. I just think his days are behind him from the New England days, honestly.
Okay. Well, here's the reason why I say $4 million for a number 2 wide receiver, Dave. You're not going to find that in the league. You go out and get Cooper Kupp, he's $15, $20 million still. Okay. You go out and get these guys. Debo, he's still making $17 million a year, regardless of what happens.
I would. There's somebody I do want, but go ahead. Go ahead.
I know who you want, but it might happen. We'll talk about that later as well. But Brandon Cooks, $4 million for a 2 wide receiver coming off an injury. But Dave, if you cut him, it's minus $4 million no matter what. If you keep him, it's $4 million no matter what. Let the kid just
keep him. Yeah,
it's a no-win situation. It's a win-win, no-win situation. Dave.
Right. You're not losing. You're not winning anything with cutting him and keeping him.
You're not gaining any kind of money, and plus you have a veteran who's played with CD, you played with Dak Prescott, knows the team here. Give him a new starter. What's the biggest thing I say, Dave? On a last year of a contract, you're gonna play your ass off. You're gonna ball out for another bag, get money. So let him. Hopefully, it pans out. Roll the dice. I'm at the crap table. I roll the dice, and boom, I want it to hit. So let him play. $4 million, not a bad deal. Eddie, thanks for bringing up Cooks because I wasn't going to talk about him until the very end. Eddie says, if it's possible, money-wise, it is possible, Eddie, but it doesn't matter because we pay him $4 million. We cut him, it's $4 million. Let him play out for $4 million. It's not a bad deal.
I'm okay with Cooks. I guess
Dallas is the only team Cook is a number 2 or 3. Dallas is the only team Cook is a number. Well, no, I get that too because our wide receiver.
Oh, that's true. He's a 2 or 3 with. Yeah, exactly.
With us, yeah, because we have CD and a bunch of. I'm trying to be positive, Dave. Underachieving wide receivers. Let's put it that way. How's that? I wasn't negative, Dave.
That's as positive you're going to get.
Yeah. Dallas needs to sign a number 2 or draft one. Well, I definitely believe they will, Eddie. I think it's going to be a second.
I hope they do.
Yep. All right, let's go on down the list here, Dave. Let's talk about some other guys real quick. We're not going to mention all, 53-man roster here. How about we talk about a guy that's really underperformed, Dave? When they drafted this guy, I said, "What the?" I don't want to. You know what? I'm going to say one F word, Dave. What the fuck did we draft Mozzie Smith for? Okay, Dave. It's his God, Dave. When is this kid going to finally play?
We haven't seen anything from Mozzie. Really, think about it. What have we seen from Mozzie Smith?
Nothing at all.
That's my point. Exactly.
Still learning the game, Dave. I mean, yes, you played at Michigan where you had a standout defense right and left to you. Harbaugh's defense was nasty. But, Dave, I don't get it. Maybe it's the game speed where, you match up against other underachieving players against you on the other side of the ball. You come to the NFL, you're playing some badass dudes. So I don't know when the cat's going to finally see it, Dave. But the only thing is, Dave, this guy here is only – it's not hefty, Dave. It's only $2 million. And plus, he has 2 years left, Dave. The only thing I can say, I think you keep him as a project guy because you release him now. You basically, as a GM or a head coach or a draft, you're saying, we screwed up that draft. We're giving our first-round draft pick away for nothing.
You don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. So you got to keep working with him.
And plus, our defensive line is really not the depth-wise, Dave. So I think
it's not.
No. I think you keep him. Eddie says, let him walk. I disagree. I do agree based on what he's done so far, Eddie. I do agree with that. But the thing is, with this contract, $2 million, you're not going to find, even if he's on the depth, coming in the 7-man the rotation, Not bad for $2 million. Not bad for $2 million when he only has to play. Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. I read this stat today, Dave. Jordan Davis from the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? Bad dude. We all know who he is.
Did they re-sign him?
No, not yet. Not yet.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Here's the thing. Mozzie Smith has played more snaps than Jordan Davis has.
Say that one more time.
Jordan Davis plays less snaps than Mozzie Smith this year.
Wow.
But here's the thing. That's why I said $2 million for a depth player. Keep him. Just let him play because
I would let him play. Might can't hurt. I mean,
you know what? You're going to be backing up O'Diggy, which we'll talk about in a second. We'll talk about him.
Oh, yeah.
You're backing him up for $2 million as a backup. It's a smart deal to keep him. Plus,
it is a smart deal. I absolutely agree. Totally agree.
Mozzie was a Michigan athlete, no intelligence. Exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, you're coming to a league with scheme, a different kind of schemes in a pro level of the NFL. It was a different thing where Michigan just went and headhunted. 4-3 defense, get out there, get to the QB. Our secondary will play. Our linebackers will play. Do your job, stay in your gap. Here it's a lot different because there's a lot of different schemes there. So I'm going to keep him, Dave. I'm going to keep him.
I would keep him too. Yeah.
Okay. Here's another name, Dave, that I'm kind of on the fence with. He played better last year. I know since we're speaking of Michigan here, Luke Schoonmaker.
I love Luke. I do. I love that. That's my tight end, man. Me and tight ends. I love our tight ends. I love Ferguson. I love that.
If I was a jerk, I would say something really derogatory.
I mean, between Witten and down the line, Jarwin. Yeah, there was just so many tight ends out there that I liked. I like Schoon. See, actually, Schoon got better as the season went on. If you think about it,
you're right. I agree. That's why I said he did play a little bit better. But here's the thing: you got to keep him, right? You always got three tight ends in the room. I mean, $1.4 million. They 2 years left.
That catch in Washington that he made that was incredible. Wow,
you would need 1 catches per year.
I'm just saying, but that catch was impressive. I mean, Cooper Rush put that on the money. No, but he's a blocking tight end. He can catch the ball. I mean, you're not losing much on it. It's
no. I'm still going to keep him. He's still going to make the roster. $1.4 million. Not
of course, he's going to make it.
All right, fine. All right, let's talk about this guy, Dave. You asked me about this guy when we first drafted him. I said this dude is probably. I don't know how he has a job at wide receiver. Can we talk about the 2-catch Jonathan Mingo in out of 8 games? Can we talk about him?
You're not winning. You're not. It's Jonathan Mingo. You're not losing or winning anything with him. It's just
he's a free agent. But my question
was it what did we lose a 4th round for him?
Yeah, you gave up I think it was a 4th or 5th round.
I thought it was a 4th or 5th round. Yeah.
But here's the deal: his contract is based on last year. This is last year's based on contract on my spreadsheet. $1.5 million, Dave.
But if you think about it, he came late in the season though. We didn't really see much of him, Dave,
did you see his route running?
I did. It was bad. I get it. I totally get it. But I'm saying, he did come in late in the season.
Dave, I still remember the one thing in my mind. You remember the 1 catch. I remember the route running. I remember him on 3rd and 16, Dave. This son of a bitch on an out route didn't run to the sidelines to the stick. He ran inside and just kept going. And where was the ball thrown? It was thrown 3rd and 16 right on the hash mark, right on the sideline, a perfect dime where he was supposed to go. I'm thinking, now I'm getting pissed, Dave. This son of a bitch ran the wrong route.
It happens.
Eddie, I'm going to let Eddie say it for me. Bleep Mingo.
Bleep Mingo.
Let him walk because you know what? He
can walk. I have no problem with it.
This money has nothing to do with it. This won't get us any more money.
Jonathan Mingo can go. I'm okay with it. I mean, it was a tryout deal to see what we had. I mean,
it's tryout back.
I mean, he gave him a 4th round pick for Jonathan Mingo. What do you want me to say?
God, that makes us look so great. You get Debo for a 5th round. That makes us look so great.
What did we get Amari Cooper for?
And we gave Amari. We got a 5th round for Amari Cooper. Yeah, Jerry, you did a great job with that Mingo. Great job. But listen, hey, it's let him go. You're not going to gain any money because this was last year's numbers 1.5. He is a free agent. Let him walk. I'm done with his ass.
Yeah, Mingo can go. See ya.
Thank you, Eddie. Wingo was a dumbass. I agree with that 100%. He showed nothing at or was a comment. He showed nothing at North Carolina. Exactly, 100%. That's the reason why they cut him. Coming from LSU.
That's why Carolina cut him. Exactly.
He was great coming to college at LSU. He was really supposed to be highly touted, but when he went to Carolina, this was just a complete dumbass. Dumbass. Yep, let him go. All right. Let's talk about another Notre Dame guy, Dave, who I think is really going to end up as a rotation player or a guy that comes in for injuries. My guy from Notre Dame, Maurice Louisville.
Yeah, interesting name there.
Still, to me, Dave, he doesn't understand defenses. To me, this guy is just a lunch pail guy who just says, if you're Eberflus and it's 3rd and 1, this is a guy that you bring in and say, hit the A gap, hit the B gap, hit the C gap. That's all he does, Dave. He cannot cover. He has speed. But, Dave, there's a difference between physical and intelligent football. This guy cannot play scheme football. He's a guy that just says attack, tack, tack, and he's an
attack dude. We get it. I mean, what are you thinking?
Well, he's on a 3-year deal, Dave. It's only $1 million. He's a rotation linebacker because Dave, he did start 6 games this year.
He did, he did.
When Parsons was out playing at linebacker.
Yeah, he actually took Parsons' spot for a while. He did. Yeah.
He's a rotation player. $1 million you keep him, Dave. It's not a bad thing.
I think it's not a bad deal. It's not.
Yep. Oh, God, he's going to piss me off. You're bringing me back. Remember when we gave up for freaking Joey Galloway? 3 first-rounders. Remember that?
You're bringing up the Joey Galloway deal? Come on.
Well, hey, it's Cowboys Weekly. It was 2. I think it was 3, actually, Eddie. I think it was 3 first-rounders, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it 3 or 2?
I think it was 3. God, if it's 2, it make me a little bit feel better. Eddie, look into that for me.
I think it was 2. It wasn't 3.
I thought it was 3, actually. If it's 2, then I'm okay. And you know what? Then I can breathe a little bit better tonight. I'm okay.
Joey Galloway. God, what a name. I loved him.
Yeah, but what?
I was a fan.
All right. Let's talk about a guy, Dave. It's another depth guy. Let's talk about Matt Walakowski.
I can't even pronounce his name.
I can't either. I'm just calling Walakowski because I like the movie Sully Squad. Monsters Inc. Sully.
Monsters Inc.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, God.
What's his name? Mike Walakowski?
Wazowski.
Okay. Well, I think it's probably
Mike Wazowski. Right.
Okay, gotcha. That shows you how long ago I watched that shit, huh?
Oh, my God.
But here's the thing, Dave. Offensive lineman, depth move. Just keep him just in case somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, you got to keep on. Yeah, exactly. Keep on the back end.
1.1 million, Dave. It's a keeper.
That's cheap. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Here's a name, Dave, that I remember when we signed this guy out of Clemson. You said, who the hell is this guy? I was like, he's a scrub. Andrew Booth. Quarterback.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you might want to keep him on the practice squad. You never know.
Thank you, Eddie. It was a 2 first. Okay, it's 2. Thank you.
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was 3, actually. For some reason, I thought it was 3. Was that
2?
Okay, so it was okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. 2001, 2000. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Where are we at? Andrew Booth. God.
Andrew Booth.
Straight up. Right. Here's a name that I want to talk about, Dave. He did start a couple of games. I'm seeing Richards. Right tackle. What do you think? Now, I'm going to give you his number. First. Very cheap. Depth move on the offensive line, just in case you.
What, 650? 950? What?
No, the guy's got to eat, Dave. He's got 1.1.
Okay, 1.5.
1.1.
Okay, close enough. Okay.
I think you keep him. I think it's a rotation guy just in case there's an injury out there because Terrence Steele, I don't think he can play a full season. Right? Why not, right?
I guess you got to keep him then. That's fine.
53-man roster. Okay, I see you make it just by process of elimination. Okay.
You say 53-man roster. You guys put guys in the practice squad too. So
very true. You can keep them out there, and you can do that. So I'm fine with that. Now let's talk about a guy. Here's something. He still has 2 years left, Dave. But I'm going to give some credit to Schottenheimer. I hope he can use him in different situations because he's a mismatch. The smallest guy in the NFL, Deuce Vaughn.
Ah, the Deuce man. Because Daddy works for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Daddy was a Texas area scout.
You get to come with me to work, son.
One of the greatest draft clips ever. What are you doing tomorrow? No. How would you like coming to work with me tomorrow? You know?
Exactly.
I get
Exactly.
that, but Dave, how do you see?
No,
First, I want to
you
say,
know what? Deuce is so small, but he can run. He's fast. Um, runs between the tackles. Kansas State, right?
what's that?
Kansas
Kansas State.
State, right? I was right. Okay. Right. Number 42.
So he's definitely a keep because he has 2 years left. Dave,
Sure.
he's only making what do we have his name at?
Well, special teams too. We could use him for that.
Well, he's only at $1 million exact, 1 million some change. So he's definitely got 2 years deal left. Keep him, but it'll tell. Okay, I want to mention one name. I want to bring up his name.
But you got to keep for special teams. That's what. If I was to keep him, I'll keep him for special teams.
Well, here's the thing. The reason why I say I'm going to keep him, no matter what, I'm going to keep him. But I do think he has a bigger role because our next guy that I want to talk about is Turpin. Okay, he's a free agent now.
No,
Dallas,
he's not. Is he?
Yes, he is. But now here's the thing. I read today. I think I sent you this one in the group chat. Dallas is going to make him a restricted free agent, which means they own the rights to him. And Dallas is saying that they will pay him $5.3 million a year. Now, that's fine. But if anybody wants to take him as an unrestricted free agent, they have to give Dallas a second-round tenure. So if anybody wants him, Dallas is offered a second-round pick to this year's draft, which is very smart because that tells me that they believe in Turpin, which we believe too.
I love. Oh God, I love Cavante.
But if somebody now we have the money, and I don't think Jerry's going to go up to $8 to $10 million for Turpin, who is really our second wide receiver, if you really think about it, Dave.
Yeah, he's our special teams guy. We need him.
But now here's the thing: if you do lose Turpin to somebody offers you as unrestricted free agent tenure of a second round draft pick, or Dallas says, hey, you know what? We're going to keep you for 5.3. That's fine. We're going to keep him unless they offer a second round pick as an unrestricted tenure player. But for some reason, if for some reason he doesn't hurt, that's where Deuce Vaughn steps in on special teams, I believe.
Right, it's got to be. But I can't go a game without saying it's Turpin time. Come on.
That's true. And he says that's stupid. He also says Turpin is a minimum dollar player. I disagree with that. I think to me,
I disagree with that too.
Here's the thing, Dave. You remember when the rule changed with the kickoff thing, and during the show I did tell you, Dallas.
That's our advantage for us.
I said this is the biggest advantage in the Dallas Cowboys game today and in the NFL because Turpin coming from the USFL had Player of the Year based on wide receiver special teams. He had 4 kickoff returns, 2 punt returns in 1 year. Mm-hmm. It was an edge, and look what he did with his speed. And he's really showed that he can play in the NFL as a true slot receiver. So I wouldn't call him as a minimum player. I think he is not a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I think he is a tier, I'll say 3, 4, minimum range 5 to 8 million per year.
Well, there's been times Dak's found him in the end zone. I mean,
I think he's a great player for what we need.
I have no problem with Cavante. I just love special teams. I love seeing him run back.
Deuce will be a Dallas return guy. I agree with that one too.
It's decent Conway
for a lot cheaper, but you're not gonna you can't minimize his down his money wise because he's making $1,330,000 is what he's making.
Is that what he's making?
Yeah, he's not. You can bring him down. I mean, you're not if you cut him. It's a $1 million special teams guy. Excuse me, special teams 4th running back if you need him. A gimmick guy, Dave. Let's call him a gimmick guy.
I think they won't let him go.
Mm-hmm. Turpin is a bad wide receiver. I disagree. He's one of the best slot receivers in the game to me. You know, he is a firehouse blitz guy where there's just a check down. You know, if Dak just says, you know, Yarnell, that could be you're the hot guy. It's a quick slant, 1-on-1, boom, 3 steps. He's gone. He has the speed. I love him in the slot. I
like him in the slot too.
As the wide receiver, I like him. I don't like him as the X and Z. I do not like him there because he's a complete. You know, he's bigger corners can bump him off the line. Safety can come over, but as a slot guy, I love him for slot. I think they focus on him.
I'm okay with it.
Have to. All right, let's talk about your guy, Dave. Since you know the 2 positions you like are kickers. Well, you like tight ends. It's revealed now. Kickers, tight ends, and what's the other guy? A fullback, Dave. Can we talk about Hunter Lemke, who is a free agent?
You know what? Hunter, is he a free agent this year?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if he's coming back or not then.
Well, it'll tell you if Schottenheimer believes in the fullback. We don't know.
Well, that's true. It's true. Yeah. Well, actually, McCarthy used him a lot too last year too.
But you told me McCarthy's gone, so we don't talk about him anymore.
No, I'm just saying he did use Hunter a lot last year.
Until he fumbled that damn ball, I got pissed off.
Yeah, well, yeah, that hurt too. But
yeah.
We all make mistakes, right?
Bleed the rock.
No, I like Hunter. I do like Hunter Nappi. He can block too.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I mean, if you bring him back, Dave, his contract last year was the same as Deuce Vaughn here, $1,300,000.
I would. Hey, why not? You know.
No, these guys are league minimum, Dave. All these guys here are league minimum guys. So I think it's smart to bring him back, and it'll tell you, this is a guy that you can cut when you make the 70 roster. You can probably make him there. You can always put him on the practice. Put him or bring someone else up based on that. Sure. But it really depends on Schottenheimer's scheme if he believes with the fullback. Because last year we had to use him, Dave. The offensive line was banged, so you had to bring. I mean, that's why you had really 3 tight ends and a fullback in the game pretty much 90% of the time.
This is true. So, yeah.
Eddie says, pay minimum for Hunter. Yeah, I agree. I think he just come back on the same deal, $1 million.
Yeah, minimum for Hunter. I can agree with that, Eddie. I can.
Just bring him in for the league minimum, which is $1,030,000. That is the league minimum this year based on the new cap space.
I'm good with it.
All right. Here's another name. Since we're talking about offensive line, Dave, I think you keep this guy for
back to the O-line.
Yep. TJ Bass.
Oh, no.
I think you keep him league minimum.
Why?
League minimum of $1 million, Dave. I think you keep him.
You put him on the practice squad?
No, you keep him on the 53 because you're going to need a rotation play for each position on the O-line. So you figure that's 10.
I'm not a Bass guy. I never was.
Well, you figure, Dave, that's 10 people automatically on the offense there. Starters versus another 5. So I think TJ Bass is one of the guys I don't want to ever see him play.
You can get somebody in the draft for him, though.
Yeah, but you're looking at late round, Dave. I mean, you got position players that you have to fill 1 through 7. So I think you keep unless you knock it out in the draft. Listen, we owe him $1 million league minimum this year, okay? If you release him, you still got for you just like with the other ones. You release him, you don't gain anything, you don't lose anything. He's paid for 1 year. Keep him. If someone better comes in the draft,
kind of the same situation as Cooksey there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
I got you.
So you keep him if you draft somebody.
TJ Bass doesn't do anything for me though. I don't get.
He doesn't do anything for me either, Dave. He doesn't do anything for me either. All right, let's speak. Speaking of another guy here. Ready for this guy, Dave? Well, our running backs. We had a whole conversation last year.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Let's talk about Malik Davis.
You know what? I believe they never gave him a chance because every time he turned around, he was on the practice squad. And
okay. So
I mean,
Dave,
you brought up Zeke. You had your Ricos, your Zeke's like that. But Malik Davis never had. Every time he did something in preseason, he looked good to me. I don't understand.
Okay, so who do you blame? Do you blame McCarthy? Do you blame Jerry Jones? Do you believe? What do you blame that? Hell, I just
don't think they had any faith in him.
Well, I don't think they did either. They brought in freaking Dalvin Cook, who's seen two plays in 7 weeks. 2 plays in 7 weeks, Dave. And they were negative 2 yards. Negative 2 yards, Dave.
I know. Well,
so Malik Davis goes basically to the practice squad. Okay, they have 1 year left with this dude, Dave.
But he ran hard when like I said, in preseason, he ran hard. He looked good to me. I don't know why they don't. I don't know what they didn't see in him. I just don't understand.
So do you keep him?
I would.
Okay, but let's just I'm gonna throw it out real quick. We're not talking draft tonight, but
I would keep him on the practice squad if I need him.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We're not going to talk draft tonight. It's going to be next week's show and our position players that we need to draft or whatever. We're going to do that next week because we're doing pretty good tonight. I kind of like this. You're giving me some good intake, and I'm
like I said, I like Malik Davis. I have no issues with Malik Davis. I thought he was good.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Rico's a free agent. We're not going to talk about that tonight. We're not going to talk about what's on if he stays, whatever. But then you have, let's say if they 12th pick, they take Jonte, okay, or Omari Hampton from North Carolina.
I wouldn't mind that.
Well, we'll talk about that next week. What if they take a running back in the first round, or let's say they get third round, they get Cam Scatterboo out of Arizona State. They get a dominant running back that's a true plug and play guy that can start, or he can release your boy Rico. Okay, where does Malik Davis fall into this? Because you still have a scat back like Deuce Vaughn. Okay.
Yeah. Well. You're right.
If you want that true third down guy,
he doesn't fall into that category. But I mean, if you
practice squad, okay, keep him on the 53 and move him to the practice squad based on your.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh,
you're on the same boat with me. You're on the same boat with me, Dave. Okay. All right. let's talk about your guy, Dave. Now, this is very, very surprising to me. Dave, who's our MVP?
Who's our MVP?
Yeah, last year. Come on, it's your boy.
CeeDee Lamb.
No, your boy.
My boy?
I told you, if I was the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, I'd bring in for one position to coach this guy to talk to him. Who would it be?
Who am I missing?
He played at Notre Dame, Dave.
Who am I missing?
His wife follows us on Twitter, Dave.
Oh, my kicker. Sorry. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Dave, this is kind of puzzling. He has 1 year left on his deal.
I'm thinking, I don't know what I was thinking there. Sorry.
He has 1 year left on his deal.
Does he really? Oh, God, no.
He should be probably the highest paid kicker in the
Give
NFL.
him a 4-year deal and just call that.
Dave, would you believe he's league minimum $1,030,000 per year?
Are you kidding?
He's league minimum.
That's crazy.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Best kicker in the league.
League minimum, Dave.
I know.
Now, you remember when I said if there's a player that I'm going to franchise, it would be this guy right here, Brandon Aubrey.
I love Brandon.
Next year, Dave, if they don't sign him long term, they better franchise this guy because it would only be $7.5 million as a kicker.
He's.
Give him a 4-year deal for $30 million.
I would.
But man, league minimum, Dave. When I seen that, I was doing my spreadsheet. I was like,
65 yards.
Well, it could have been 70, Dave. Remember that shit? Fucking Mike McCarthy. That's why you're out here, Mike. Hey,
65, baby.
Hey, Brandon, we're down 50 points. Go in there and kick that son of a bitch, okay? Dak or Cooper on third down. Hey, where do you want the ball placed? Brandon, where do you want it? I want this hash mark. McCarthy, get in there and kick that son of a bitch. I got it, coach. I'm going for the record. Nobody's ever beaten this. Boom!
When he beat the 65, then McCarthy was so happy. I mean, my God.
Time out. Hey, the coach is good. Time out. No good.
I know. Worst call ever. I know.
But think about it. League minimum, Dave. That's amazing.
No, yeah, they got to give him a deal.
And yes, Aubrey, Brandon freaking Aubrey. Pay the damn kicker. I agree. I think he does get a long-term deal. If not, he's going to be the franchise guy. I think it goes up every year based on kickers, but you're in the top 15%. I think Harrison Butker created it. What else was out there?
Harrison Butker, yeah, definitely him.
Yeah, he was top of the line, and I think Aubrey would have fallen to like $7 million to 7.5 on a franchise. But pay the guy, pay the fucking guy.
Yeah, got to pay Brandon, baby.
Yeah. All right, here's another guy, Dave. Since you like tight ends, let's talk about Brennan Spankford. I think his ass is out of here.
Springford, yeah, he's gone.
League minimum too, Dave. Do you keep him just for the hell and shits and giggles or no?
Put him on the practice squad, you could.
Really?
I mean, you got 2 solid tight ends right now. I mean,
you do.
Actually, 2.
Who's your 2?
Ferguson
and Shuney. So what do you do? I mean, he could be a third tight end, right?
He could. Put him on the practice squad.
Hey, listen, the league minimum $1 million for a third tight end. Sometimes
actually, if you think about it, though, he actually didn't do bad in the last part of the season. He caught a lot of balls from Cooper Rush.
Wait, did he have one catch like all the other guys that you're talking
about? I think he had like more than one, though. I think he had like these are more than one.
Bamford got more than one catch. Let's go.
Great.
See, I'm laughing tonight, Dave. I'm laughing tonight.
Yeah, because, well, you know.
All right, Dave, let's talk about this guy right here. God, man. Yeah, we have to talk about this guy real quick.
Who's
Dave,
this?
2 years ago, there was a guy that Joe Sullivan, host of the Sully Squad, and I coined the castaway, Kelvin Joseph. Remember him?
Kelvin Joseph. That name sounds familiar.
The cornerback who was
yeah, gotcha. Yeah, okay.
The guy that was accused of murder. Remember him?
Yes.
All right. Well, he's gone. We don't talk about his ass anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But Dave, unfortunately, we have another guy on the roster who's like making league minimum, of course, who is Castaway 2.0, Kalen Carson, the corner. Dave, he's worse than Kelvin Joseph. He's worse.
Okay.
What do? You have a 1 year deal with him left. It's a league minimum $1 million. I say you have to keep him because nobody in their right mind.
You have to keep him, sure.
It's a no-win situation. You owe him the $1 million. Let him play out. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, and hell, you can't be worse than you did last year. Put it that way. You know what
This is true. This is true.
Jalen Carson, yeah.
I forgot about Jalen Carson.
Okay, well, I almost forgot about him too until he's the one
until you brought him up.
Until he's one of the lower guys on my list here that I wanted to talk about.
Jalen Carson.
All right, the last guy I really want to talk about before we get to our guys here. I was really high on this guy going into the draft, David, preseason. Ryan Floridier.
Oh, he's got hands like Des Bryant. Come on, Jerry. Really?
1 year, 2 years left on his deal, Dave.
He's a Des Bryant guy. Come on, Jerry.
But where does he fit in, Dave? Is he going to get more time under the Schottenheimer, scheme here?
No.
Can he make the top 5, top 6 wide receivers in our
No.
room? You don't think so?
Nope.
Okay.
Ryan Floriday? No.
Okay. I think it's based on what we do in the draft, and he might stick around. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Jerry likes him, but he's got hands like Dez. Okay. Uh-huh. Sure he does.
I thought that was an Eagles fan hitting my car out there because somebody's car alarm's going off.
All
right. Well, okay, we talked about Brock Hoffman. He did get signed this week, which is great for us.
Yes, Brock. Welcome back, baby.
Yep. CJ Goodwin. What's going on with him?
1 year deal, which you weren't too happy about.
Not very happy. But I'm not really happy
about against him.
I'm not really happy the way the safeties and guys played last year, Dave. I'm not happy with any of them. We could have done better. I mean, I didn't see
1 year deal.
I didn't see what it was worth, Dave. I didn't see his deal because when you texted me CJ Goodwin, I was just like, all right, it's got to be a cheap deal, hopefully.
Special teams. He's good on special teams.
Dave, we don't need special team players, Dave.
You can always use a special teams player.
Not when you need starting safeties, Dave. You know
CJ Goodwin was a special teams guy.
Yeah, but we need safeties, Dave. We got Malik Hooker. We got Wilson, and Junior Thomas just got signed today by us.
Wanye.
I call him Junior because
it's Wanye.
All right, Wanye. Okay, we'll call him Wanye.
Wanye Thomas. Yes.
Look, man, Wanye. You need to pronounce that shit right. I mean, he needs to spell it differently for me. Then, okay, I got
Junior. Where'd you get Junior from?
Hey, listen, I went to Villanova. That's how we say it. Okay, very
Wanye Thomas.
I guess if you went to Notre Dame, you would have called him Wanye. Okay, I guess it's different.
That's
yeah. Okay. All right. So, Dave, let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about the good news in the room here. Going on an hour, we'll do about another 15 minutes here. Let's talk about some good rooms. Now, yesterday we had a renegotiation of Mr. CD Lamb. Okay.
Yes, we did.
Now,
I love his attitude. I want to win. I'll do what I have to do to win.
Now, going from $33 million a year, Dave. Okay. This really gets me. Now, this is based on this year's contract because he was paid this year on the last year of his contract. This last year's expectations. Next year, we could be a little bit different for us based on the renegotiation of the years. But his base salary this year is $1.8 million, $12 million signing bonus added on to this year, which back into the contract, Dave. This saved us over $16 million this year.
What a guy.
Amazing.
I mean, basically, just like I said, you really didn't. It's a great move. It's a great move by him for him to do this. Don't get me wrong.
He gets his more guaranteed money. He gets guaranteed.
But you're pretty much putting it in one pocket and putting in the other.
It's going to be in his pocket, not ours. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean.
He's getting the money, but they're back into the conversation.
They're back. Right. Exactly.
And they're giving him the guaranteed money, based on
correct.
What they did is they took money from next year's salary cap, gave it to him this year as a signing bonus, guaranteed money this year as a quote signing bonus to you. So next year, your $33 million comes down.
You just put it with the left into the right pocket. That's all he did.
Basically, what you did is you 50-50 this year and next year's contract is what you
correct.
Did.
Right.
So it's fine. $16 million. So we go from after Zach Martin's retirement, we went from 2.5 to 5.5. Now we went to basically $24 million right here with this contract renegotiation.
Thank you, CD Lamb.
So we were kind of happy about that. Then we said, okay, we're texting back and forth. Paul's actually smiling a little bit, kind of a little bit happier. But then we go into it and we talk about this day. Well, it's all going to fall on one other guy. Will he do it? We don't know. You said yes. I'll give you credit.
I did. Didn't I say that?
Okay, well, Dak, you know what? You're starting to come up the ladder with me a little bit. $60 million quarterback who hasn't won shit for me. You go back down here. Your respect level is bringing me up a little bit higher now, Dak. So Prescott, Dave. Let's talk about him real quick.
36.
Dave, his base salary this year is $2 million. Signing bonus. Now, this is the crazy thing. They gave him a signing bonus this year of $50 million, Dave. Mm-hmm. For this year, based on next year's salary, his whole entire contract. They took $50 million off, gave him a $50 million signing bonus. So it brought us down so much money, Dave. Dave, I'm kind of stoked because he did save us so much money.
But here's the thing, though. You're not going to get Dak for 4 years. You're going to get him for 2.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, Dave, you know what, Davey? This pissed me off even more. You brought me back down to a bad level because nobody's going to buy that contract on his second year. Still, no,
I think it's just. I honestly think it's going to be a 2 year. I don't think it's going to be 4, but I could be wrong.
Well, Dave, here, you know what? Let me go to my spreadsheet real quick. So it's 2025. This is this year's contract, not his new contract. Okay, not his new contract. His new contract kicks in what? 26, 27, 28, 29, right?
Right.
And you're saying he might be gone in 2028, correct?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I got my spreadsheet here. Oh, holy shit. Hold on, Dave. Wow. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
His dead cap space just to release him is $48 million.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
His cap number at that point, without what it is right now, is $62 million. So if he's gone his third year, Dave, man, we're back to square one again, Dave.
We're back to square one.
Yeah. Even though we don't have him on the team, we're back to square one.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, if you draft a quarterback in the draft, I mean, you may not be.
No, either way, Dave, it's guaranteed money for him. Jerry Jones is giving guaranteed money. You understand?
Okay, gotcha.
This is all guaranteed money, regardless of if you keep him or not. That's guaranteed money. Say if he plays 1 year, that money that he's owed, that money that he's owed right now, Dave, is guaranteed money. So it's basically this year is $50 million. So $200 million is guaranteed money. Regardless, if he breaks his leg tomorrow in off season and plays nothing,
so we guarantee that money. Yeah,
we guarantee him $200 million, regardless of his contract for $240.
A lot of money.
It makes sense in the long term to give him the deal that he did negotiate, but it worked out for Dak. Dak hold the card. He had a royal straight flush again.
Sure.
Give me my guaranteed money. I'll renegotiate if you give me all my money guaranteed. So that tells me, hey, I don't pan out with the Dallas Cowboys. I suck. You know. You were right. I'm bad. Get me out of here. I still get my $200 million guaranteed money. Right. I lose 40, but I get guaranteed $200 million.
Yeah, okay.
It's an insurance policy.
I mean, like I said, I could be wrong. I was in my head. I'm thinking 2 year deal. 4 year deal, but I'm thinking 2 years for Dak. I'm not thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm kind of happy with it either way. You know, as a fan, I'm cool with it because we have now, Dave. Here's the thing: we went from $2.5 to $6 million to $24 million. Now, Dave. Good, holy shit! We have $54 million.
We're in the positive now. We're not in the negative anymore. So.
Dave, we ain't cup of noodles anymore. We ain't some filet mignon. Okay? With a side of broccoli and a fucking baked potato. Dave, if you want dessert, let's get fucking dessert too. We can eat. We got $54 million.
Give that chocolate mousse, baby.
No, I want. You know what? Shit, I was splurging. I want some cherry cheesecake, brother. From New York.
Do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah. $54 million, Dave. I mean, Dave, we've been eating cup of noodles for the last 2 years.
So let's put this in this perspective here. Between CD and Dak, are you happy with what they did?
Oh, hell yeah. Back in the contract, more signing bonus, guaranteed money. I'm cool with that because this year and next year, I'm happy. I'm happy this year and next year.
That's all I'm asking. That's good.
I'm happy. I'm happy. You see me smiling, right?
You're smiling.
Hey, don't bring anything negative to me today.
I'm not. Okay, now I know we're not talking draft. I understand that we're not no draft tonight. But later rounds, do you think we should get a quarterback?
I think you do because Cooper Rush is not going to be. He's a free agent as well. I think.
I think they're going to see. That's where I was going with this. I think they break him back.
I don't think so because based on how Jerry treated him last year with
he's a solid. But he's a solid backup for Dak.
But Dave, if you know what, say if you got $1 million a bonus out there, an incentive bonus, if you start this many games this season, okay, you know as a backup, I say, Dave, you're making $4 million this year. We're holding $1 million. If you start, 10 games this year, the 10th game comes around. Last game of the season was with the Eagles, wasn't it, Dave?
I think it.
I think it was the Eagles. It wasn't Washington.
No, it wasn't the Eagles. He played against the Eagles.
It was Washington. Last game of the season.
No, but I'm saying that he knows the system.
Well, here's the thing. Hear me out. If I say, Dave, if you start 10 games The 10th game comes around, Dave, and you're like, okay, well, we're gonna fucking lose. We ain't making the playoffs. So, well, if I start this game, I still get $1 million incentive because I started 10 games. Hey, Dave, come into my office real quick. Hey, what's up, Paul? You're not starting today. But Paul, I get $1 million if I start today. Dave, calm down. I think it's best we start Trey Lance today. Why, Paul? Why? Dave, how would you feel? Jerry Jones is a snake.
I'd be a little upset, but
a little my ass, Dave. $1 million.
I'd be pissed. But.
Tell the truth, Dave. Tell the truth.
Okay.
But you think about it. Yes, I understand he knows the scheme. Okay, I get that. He's been around Schottenheimer the last year. He knows the system.
Right.
He's under his tutelage for the last year, of course. I get that. But Dave, $4 million. I can see them keeping him. But the thing is, to me, yes, you can draft a quarterback late, 4th, 5th, 6th. Hell, go out and get my boy Kyle McCord, who could be your franchise player for.
There you go.
Go get him. But you're not going to put him as your 2 quarterback right away. He's going to sit and hold the clipboard for a year. If it's feasible, keep Cooper Rush for a 4-2.
Well, okay, now that we have all this money, do we keep Trey Lance?
Hell no, it's $20 million, Dave.
Just saying. Just asking.
It's $20 million. Why?
22.
Now, I'm freaking pissed off again, Dave.
No. That's what I'm saying. If you get, my point being is, if you keep Cooper Rush, it's a cheaper deal.
Yeah, you're not going to keep Trey Lance for a $20 million.
That's my point.
Freaking way.
Because Cooper Rush knows the system. He's been around. He knows everybody.
And the only thing that last year that I'm still pissed off about, Dave, is what I thought Trey Lance, if he would have balled out, I would have said, like, you know what, go out, McCarthy, go out, put Trey Lance in there, let him play great, let him audition for other teams. Maybe we'll get a 4th round back. Maybe we'll get a 3rd round for somebody to take that contract off of us. But now you just basically you jeopardize all that 5th round pick for Trey Lance. And then you brought in a $20 million cap hit, but we were not paying him because he's a free agent, of course.
Right.
But to keep him, it's $20 million for a project guy. No. In that case, keep your boy Cooper Rush for $5 million as a backup.
That's my point. You keep Cooper Rush for $5 million. You're not losing much on it. And he knows the system. Yeah.
Eddie says, I would have punched Jerry square in the face, exactly 100%. If I'm Cooper, I'd say, hey, Jerry, go fuck yourself, just like freaking Cody Rhodes told The Rock. You know what I mean?
Eddie, we know how you feel.
But no, I feel the same way. It's respect issue, Dave. Listen, I busted my ass. I took, when Dak was out, I went 4-1 in the system.
But if I'm Cooper Rush and I can't get a job, hey, we go back to the Giants.
You know what? There's 2 ways to see this. Cooper Rush had a bad year last year. This offense was bad.
Okay, it wasn't a total bad year because I know we won 7-10. I get that, but for him fulfilling in for Dak, I didn't think he did such a bad job. I mean, think about it.
No, that's why I just said, Dave. It was a bad year based on number-wise, looking at Cooper Rush.
Right. I mean, all the injuries we went through, he didn't do that bad.
Exactly. The wide receivers were bad. CeeDee Lamb was hurt with the UCL injury. The running game was okay.
We had so many injuries, it was sick.
That's what I'm saying. People have to look at that and say, hey, you know what? Do I go out and get a backup quarterback here? Or I can get Cooper Rush for $5 million. We know he can come in, learn a system. It's going to be more vanilla than our starter, but he can come in and keep the boat afloat. You know what I mean? I'm
trying to think to myself, who else would that be out there that would actually could back up Dak besides Cooper Rush?
Well, you know me, Dave. I've always wanted a quarterback that is a.
And I'm not saying draft wise. I'm thinking somewhere out there, a quarterback that I'm saying, like a free agent, somebody that you could pick up.
Well, they're going to be more money, Dave. I mean, there are 2 quarterbacks that come into mind that they're going to get paid regardless, as Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. They're going to get paid.
I keep thinking Justin Fields, he's going to get the job in Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that number out there, regardless of where he ends up. I want a quarterback that's pretty much similar to my starting quarterback. You look at Dak Prescott, not a mobile quarterback, a strong arm, still a mobile quarterback out of the pocket, accurate.
To an extent. I mean, he's not running as much as he used to.
But then you go to a Cooper Rush who's more of a vanilla. Dave, you know me. I coach my offense, and I got a playbook like that big. And when you're my starting quarterback, okay, Dave, here we're going to go through our 1 through 150 plays. You get hurt. I got freaking Billy Bob over here, who's totally different from you. And he's like, Coach, what are we running? Oh, just run 1, 2, and 3. That's it. It's vanilla. You know what I mean? Right. That's why I always want a quarterback the same. Sure. Cooper could get a backup job in Philly. No, Kenny Pickett deserved that. I think they definitely keep him.
Actually, Kenny Pickett didn't do a bad job for them.
No, he's still mobile too. He can learn. I mean, plus he has weapons. It's a good system for him. Now, Cooper Rush would strive in that system. Don't get me wrong. The offensive line with weapons, a good running game, he would strive because they wouldn't ask him to do much. Hand the ball off, look to your check down. If it's a go route, AJ, you got Devontae, you got Goddard, you got Saquon to give the ball. Offensive line, it's going to give you 3 seconds. You're going to be cool.
Weapons.
Yeah, you're going to be cool. It would be a good role, but I think they keep Pickett because I think he got Pickett on a 2-year deal for nothing. So I
Is
think
that what it was?
I'm not sure. I didn't really look at it at all.
Oh, I didn't look at it either. No,
I didn't look at it all. But Dave, I mean, right now I'm kind of happy. This is the first show in a while that I've actually been happy with. You know what I mean?
It's good to see you smiling again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it. But the one thing we're not going to talk draft, but I want to end the show, Dave. Since you were right about CD, you were right about Dak. 2 things I want to ask you: Does your boy Rico walk or no?
No, he stays.
What do you think they're going to give him?
5.3
per year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that's enough for him? Came off the last year that he had.
I think he hit over 1,000 yards last year, so I think you have to give him something like that.
Okay. So
I think Rico had Rico. I mean, for not getting injured, for being for going what he had to go through, I thought he had a pretty good season.
No, I listen. I give him so much respect. I think it's week 1, Dave. I think I'm going to rock the Rico jersey this year.
But here's the thing too. If they do get Genty in the first round, I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing that scares me about it.
To me,
because I love Rico. I don't want to see him go, but at the same time, Genty's a good runner. I'm saying I don't.
He proved himself to me, Dave. So my thing is, I'm probably if the numbers are there, we have the money. Even regardless if we draft a running back, Hampton or anybody, Jonathan, whoever you want to, Ollie Gordon, whoever you want to talk,
right?
Judkins, Henderson, wherever, I don't care. To me, I think Rico should be your either starter or second back, regardless of who you have, depending on who you have draft.
But I think they like Rico too. So.
I think he gets a 2-year deal, $10 million, because here's the thing. I know you don't watch a lot of college, Dave. You've been watching it a lot. I congratulate you on that. If you get Jonte, he's a generational back. Physical. To me, he is a Derrick Henry type running back. Big body, strong, fast, hybrid guy. Hampton, North Carolina, same thing. If you grab those, Rico could be your second back, who gives you more of a lightning.
I'm okay with that too. I mean, as long as he stays with us, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. If you go out and get late round, 3rd or 4th round, you get Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State or Trevion Henderson, Ollie Gordon. I think
I wouldn't mind Trevion Henderson. I'd be okay with that.
I don't think he's that great. I think Judkins is the better role out of Ohio State. Quinshon Judkins, the other running back. But my thing is, if you get either one of those guys or Ollie Gordon or someone like that, to me, I think then you start Rico, because Rico is then your stronger back. Then you have a situation like David Montgomery, who is your physical back with the Lions, and then you bring in Jamar Gibbs, who's your scat back, your fast hybrid breakaway guy.
I love him.
You always want that thunder and lightning. So I think it really falls in it. But I think you definitely have to put the money on the table and say, hey, listen, but I think he's really going to be talking to free agents out there, signing to see test the waters out there, because he's a solid backup for many teams, and is solid.
Without a doubt he is, and I would hate to lose him.
So the other thing I want to ask you is, when does the Parsons deal happen? I put in the group chat today, Dave. You said you guys, if you're out there, make sure you follow Out of the Box, Facebook, Twitter. We keep all the stats out there, breaking news. And when I put it out there, Max Crosby signs a huge deal. Now, you said good news, and I said it's good news, but it's bad news for the Cowboys, because Max Crosby just set the market.
I know he did. I know, okay. But I don't think that's going to matter to I know you're going to say. I don't think it's going to matter to Micah. Micah just wants to win. He wants to be a Cowboy. But yeah, I get it. It's going to set the market. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that. Mm-hmm. But when do I think the Parsons deal is going to get done? You ask me.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about what it's worth or anything like that tonight.
I'm not worried about the money wise. I'm just when is it going to get done?
When they just like when?
I'll put it this way. If they do what they did to Dak and CD this year, I will be a little upset with that.
What do you mean?
Like, don't wait to the last second to do it.
I agree.
Like, don't wait to game 1 hours before time when he gave Dak the huge contract.
Okay. So
if you're gonna do it,
does it get done before the draft?
Do it after free agency, or before, like in between there. I would.
Does it get done before the draft?
That's a good question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
Okay. The reason why I say that, Dave, is I get kind of scared here. Okay.
Because I know nobody listens to Skip anymore. I get it.
Who?
Yes, I was listening to Skip this afternoon earlier today.
I don't listen to that clown.
I don't listen to him either. He's a clown, but he did say something. You know, he goes, "I can see you doing what you did last year with Dak to Parsons, with being game time decision, game time before game time signing him that deal." I hope that's not the case. Before the draft, I'm okay with that.
Okay. See, here's my thing, Dave. I hope he's signed before the draft, because I know this is just me thinking, I put myself into a GM trying to build the team better. Yes, I know Micah is a generational player, one of a lifetime player. But my thing, what scares me, Dave, is this. You're pretty much new coaching staff, 3 to 5 year window with a team that really is not ready to compete yet. A lot of needs, on both sides of the ball, okay? You have the money now. So it's a rebuild process with the money. Free agents, we don't know what we're going to do. We have money. Jerry never does it. So to me, going into the draft, Dave, if I'm thinking, I really want to start this team and build this team, I haven't signed Parsons yet. Parsons is still a first-round draft pick player, top 5 player in the NFL. Top 5. Here's the thing. Put the phone down. Hey, what would you give me for Micah Parsons? Would you give me your first-round pick this year and next year? That's what scares me, Dave.
It scares me too, but I don't think that's going to happen.
That's what scares me, because
breaking news as we're doing the show, Steve just chimed in and said Joey Bosa was just released by the Chargers.
That's big money. Where did he chime in
at? He put it on our chat.
Oh, okay. He didn't put it on the show. That's why I didn't see it. Okay.
He said Joey Bosa released by the Chargers.
That's huge money right there. That's huge money.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wow, Joey Bosa from the Niners, huh?
Yep. Did I say Chargers? Yeah.
Who got released, Joey or Nick?
Joey Bosa.
Oh, Joey. Okay, Joey.
Chargers. Yes.
Chargers. Okay, I'm thinking of Nick. Okay.
No, Joey Bosa just got released by the Chargers.
Well, then that tells me that Khalil Mack's going to be next.
Okay.
That's a lot of money. If they release Bosa, that's a lot of money. And if they release Khalil Mack, he's the big. Well, they he's a free agent actually.
Mm-hmm.
Bosa's on. I want to see that cap space on Bosa. Actually.
Yeah, 5-time Pro Bowler just got released by the Chargers.
Oh, well, he's not the same as his brother, though.
No, but still, he's just Yep.
All right, so next week, Dave, that's a great show talking about.
Let's just hope that Parsons does get his money before the draft.
I hope so. I mean, this week we talked about all the players, being released and who we want to keep, who we think is going to get signed here.
When does free agency start? Monday? Tuesday?
I don't even look at it. Now we'll start looking at it because we have money now. Now the question.
Now that we have money, I get it.
Here's the question. Going into free agency every year, Dave, we always thought about, well, we don't have money, we can't spend. There's no reason to watch it. But of course, If you're watching Out of the Box Twitter account, I always put on their free agents. Whatever's happening,
always.
Always on there. It's always on there. It's like breaking news. Soon as Adam Schefter says it, bam, we have it up there as well. So make sure you follow that.
Done.
Dave, every year we go into the free agencies with no money, so why do we want to watch it? Who cares? This year, the question is, who are we signing because we have money? Well,
the question is, will we sign a free agent now that we have money?
Keyword will. Keyword will.
Exactly.
Keyword.
Well, according to our wonderful owner, we're not doing anything. According to our COO, Catboy himself, he said we're doing something. I don't know. Tell me.
Let's just be positive, like you always tell me. Let's be positive that at least we have money to go into the season.
Hey, I was positive with the Dak and CD thing, so
definitely. So guys, make sure you follow us on Out of the Box out there. All the Box Sports Entertainment, YouTube, X, Twitter, Twitch. We're out there everywhere. Make sure you follow us. Give us the like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Tell a friend. Do yourself a favor. Watch it. We're all over the network in there. Speaking of network, guys, here's our complete schedule. Tomorrow will be the NFL Weekly Talk with myself and Dan. We're going to be talking about the NFC West. A lot of talk out there.
Ooh,
Debo's
NFC.
gone. Debo's gone. Matt Stafford signs. Is Cooper next? Who knows? And then also Friday we have the Silver and Black Raiders layer talking about Max Crosby, out there as well. Gardner Minshew got released today as well. They'll be talking about that. And the debut of Inside the Octagon, 7 p.m. with myself and Josh. It's back. Talking UFC 313. Give me your predictions. The Atomic Drop Saturday, 9 p.m. Also returning soon is the Big Blue Power Hour for all you Giants fans. As we talked earlier, the Commander's Gridiron with Steve every Tuesday at 8:30 when it's back. Guys, Saturday morning, when it comes back season, the Golden Dome, myself, all about Notre Dame football. Coming soon, Just the Facts with Larry, talking independent wrestling, what's going on out there from state to state, across the East, West, North, and South. And also, as we do in April, a live NFL draft show. So if you're a fan of the show, or if you like talking football, or you're a draft guru, message me. Even if you're not a host, I'll get you on the show because we like talking football. We like hearing other sides of the story out there. Your opinion matters. So hit us up and make sure you tune in to Out of the Box Sports Entertainment for all your shows. And like I said, tomorrow night, make sure you tune in. It's going to happen. The NFL Weekly Talk with myself and Dan tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So make sure you follow that as well. So we always want to.
You guys are talking NFC West. Is that here?
NFC West tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
NFC West tomorrow. A lot of talk out there. Debo's gone. Tyler Lockett's gone. DK wants a trade. Matt Stafford signed. All these players. Is Cooper Kupp going to be there? Who knows? So we're talking to them tomorrow night. We're going to dive into that.
Wow, that's an interesting division right there.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tomorrow night. Glad we got some interesting stats tomorrow to talk about for that show. So at least we got something to talk about. It's like talking about the Cowboys. All we talk negative. Now we can talk about other teams as well. So I love doing that show. But Dave,
hey, Cleveland Brown fans, maybe you could check into that show too. Who knows? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wrong division. Sorry, I meant.
No, we're probably doing that in 3 weeks because we went based on basically records pretty much.
That's right. Right. Okay. Sorry.
And unfortunately, we have to do the NFC East last this year because the Eagles did.
Right, of course.
And the Kansas City will be the week before that. So we try to keep it record-wise and stat-wise based on appearance.
Whatever.
Season. But Dave, I know Saturday you're doing something called the Atomic Drop or something like that.
Yeah, Saturday at 9 p.m. The Atomic Drop podcast. Check us out. We're talking about WWE. We'll be talking about the turn from John Cena, which was pretty crazy, which we talked about already. But yeah, Atomic Drop. Check us out 9:00, and we were talking SmackDown and WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania, so come join us. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, please. If you're out there, make sure you check out our shows. We got something for everybody. We got all sports covered. Now we got the UFC. We're gonna have indie wrestling coming pretty soon. We got college football. We do a college show in the season there. Myself, Bill Furman, College Football Frenzy. That'll be back this year as well. We have everything covered. So make sure like, share, subscribe out there. Tell a friend. If this is not your team, tell a friend that we have all teams out there. And also last but not least, if you like what you see, you like what you hear, you think you can do it yourself, we know you can do it. Give myself a call or one of the hosts out there. Message me on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, X, whatever. Even Dave out there, he'll reach out to you. He'll get to me. I'll give you your numbers, and we'll get you started here, man. We charge nothing. We just want to have fun out here. We like what we do. We like talking football.
And I think the big man's back on Friday night too. Am I right?
No, he's back on Saturday with you.
Did I say Friday? I mean Saturday. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, he is going to be hopping in for me this week because I will not be watching it. I will check into your show, Dave, but you know me, that 85-inch TV.
I haven't done a show with the big man in a long time, so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun.
Yep, I will be watching UFC 313 Saturday night, so I will be checking in you guys, of course, to show my love because here that's all we do.
Is this King show on tomorrow at 9? Is that correct?
No, it's the Raiders tomorrow.
I get him confused all the time.
Raiders tomorrow on Friday. Friday is Raiders.
Okay, tomorrow's Thursday.
Raiders. Friday's Raiders. He has nothing tomorrow.
Oh, he has nothing tomorrow. I thought he had Kings on Thursday.
No, he has Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Dave.
Okay.
Kings are Monday.
I can't keep up with everybody on the show. I try.
You need to freaking download the goddamn schedule, Dave. Okay. I'm going to pull a Cody Rhodes and say, "Go fuck yourself" if you're not looking at our schedule.
You know what?
Okay? All right. So, Dave, as we always do, I might be positive tonight. Give me your final thoughts, Dave.
Final thoughts. Wow. Where do I go with this? Hey, I want to thank CD and Dak for doing what they did. Restructuring the contract so we have money positive. We're actually positive we can actually 54. Yeah, we can actually sign somebody. That's really good. Things are looking up. Things are looking up for this Cowboy Nation. Just keep your heads up. I'm just taking it day by day. It's a good thing. Let's get Micah signed. Let's keep the positive going, and maybe we're going somewhere. I don't know where exactly, but maybe we're going somewhere. But yeah, like I said, keep your heads up, Cowboy Nation. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Usually I'm very negative, Dave, but tonight I'm going to have a positive upbeat. I'm going to key on exactly what you said. Thank you, Dak. Thank you, CD. Thank you, Jerry, for taking this contract into our situation to get us from negative to positive, red to green. I'm kind of happy about that. But Jerry, please continue to do what you're doing here, because build our confidence back. The coin the term all in. We're all in now because we have $54 million and we're still not done yet. Free agency sets next week. Can we please go out and utilize that money and sign players? Because all around the league, you build championships by free agency and through the draft. Draft, we've been hitting. Free agents, not so much at all, I want to say.
No, we don't believe in that.
$54 million goes a long way in the draft.
It does.
Signing your free agents out there with $54 million. Please go out and build this team, because make me believe the term all in. You're 50% there by cutting the cap down to where we need to be. Now finish the story, as Cody Rhodes would say, finish the story and go out and sign some free agents for me. So that's my final thought. I'm positive. Dave, I am positive tonight.
I love your positive tonight. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
How long will it last though, Dave?
Get me a wide receiver, please. I want somebody that I don't care if it's Tyler Lockett. I don't care if it's DK Metcalf. Get me somebody that Dak can throw to besides CeeDee Lamb. That's all I ask.
Well, next week we're going to be talking about draft picks, free agency, Dave. We're definitely going to dive.
I would love a DK Metcalf. I would. I would love a DK Metcalf on this. That's just me.
Yeah, we'll talk about free agency next week. Our plug and play.
But I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. So, guys,
I want to thank all of our viewers tonight who chimed in. Appreciate it, Eddie, Chris, Josh,
everybody. Say everybody.
Yes, thank you for all chiming in. We really appreciate you and watching our show, and follow Out of the Box Sports. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. This is prime time. It's Cowboys Weekly. How about them Cowboys? My name is Paul Spencer. That is the showstopper, Dave Yarnell, and we'll be back next Wednesday night to talk about the free agent market. Who's going to be signed? Who did we sign? Who can we sign?
Or did we sign anybody?
Well, that's what I said. Who will we sign? What will we sign? Who will it be? Who can it be? We'll talk about it next week. So, Dave, talk to me. Get us out of here.
Thank you, everybody. Go, boys, go.
See you next Wednesday.
Later.